Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to our today's class. Let's look at how best to solve this equation. If you can do it, just pause the video for a while and let's know what you will have in the comment section. If you can't, let's do it together. Now, this is what you have. And when you look at this equation, you will notice that the highest power of x is 3. And each time you have equation that has its highest power to be 3, is said to be a cubic equation. Okay, so this is a polynomial and is a cubic equation. So what you always do is to ensure that the one with the highest power starts the equation. So in that case, you are going to make this to begin the equation. Remember, the sign affecting this is positive. This is negative. So in your rearranging, you have to be careful. Okay, so we're going to now have solution. So we're having negative x cubed. This will remain plus x squared is equal to 12. Okay, so we still want to remove this, and in that case we are going to have, remember it's positive, so you can subtract 12 from both sides. So if you do that, this is what you have, and if you subtract 12 here, it gives you 0. So you see we have formed this. Some students don't like working with negative values, especially when they start the equation. So if you're one of them, what you would simply do is to multiply each of these terms by a negative sign. Okay, so that this negative multiplies this. Remember your rules. This will give us positive, this is negative, and this is negative. So here we're going to have x cubed, and this will give us negative x squared. This will give us positive 12 is 0. Okay, because 0 is still 0. There's no positive or negative. I hope that is clear. Now at this point, this is what you have. Now you can use a lot of methods to solve this, but I'm going to show you how to use your factor theorem. Okay, so in that case, what you do is you are supposed to have one of the factors of this equation that can enable you get the other. But in this case, we don't have any. So what you will do to get one is to use your trial error. And how do you get that? You get it from the factors of 12. Okay, there are a lot of factors of 12. A lot of numbers can divide 12. So you can have 1 can divide 12, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Out of this, whenever you are taking, you take both the positive and negative of each of them. Okay, now if you plug in x as 1 into this equation, you can try it. Remember, each time you're watching my tutorial, make sure you watch with paper and pen because you have a lot of assignments to do. Okay, so try this and let's know what you will have, whether your answer will be equal to 0. For me, I'm going to try these two. Remember, we are trying both the positive and negative value. Okay, I'm choosing to try the negative 2. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's try x as positive 2. You see what we're going to have. So we're going to have 2 to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 2 plus 12. This will give us 2 to the power of 3. 2 multiplied 3 times 8, and this will give us 4. So if you add this, you will see it's not equal to 0, meaning that x equal to 2 is not a solution. So let's try the negative value. Plug it into this. We have negative 2 cubed minus negative 2 squared plus 12. Let's see if it gives us what? 0. So this, because this is cube, the negative sign will still be remaining. So we're going to have negative 2 cubed will give us 8. Okay, then this is square. It will affect this and it becomes positive. So we're going to have positive 4. Now when you open up, you are going to add up this, and when you add it up, you see it will give you what? 0. So what it means is that x equal to negative 2 is a 0. Now to make it to become a factor, it means you are going to add 2 to the both sides to have x plus 2, and this x plus 2 is going to be our factor. I hope this is cleared. So in that case, we are going to use x plus 2 as a factor to divide this polynomial. So to do that, see what we have. We are going to now have this part of the expression should be inside the division. then this is what we are using to divide. Okay, so we're going to use our rule, which is the DMS: divide, you multiply, you subtract. Okay, so use this first term to divide this, and when this divides this, you have x squared, you multiply. When you are multiplying, you multiply both terms. So x squared multiplies x will give us x cubed, and if it multiplies 2, it gives you 2x squared. Then you subtract. Okay, and when you subtract this, this will minus to give us 0. Now you are going to have the coefficient here is -1. Remember, this negative will affect this. You are subtracting not just the first term but the two terms. So this negative will affect the positive and it becomes -2. And when you add this, it gives you -3x squared. So you return your 12. At this point, repeat the cycle. Use this to divide to give us -3x. Multiply. You have -3x squared. And this will give us -6x. So you subtract. If you subtract, this is gone. Now you notice there is no value for x at this point. So to do that, you can just simply do a little play with it. Just simply add 0x, then you return your 12. It doesn't change anything. It's still the same as not there. Okay, but we're doing it to enable us subtract this. So in that case, we are going to now have 0 minus this negative sign affects this to become positive. So if you add this, you have 6x, then you return your 12. Okay, so at this point, you also repeat this cycle. If you divide, you have 6. 6 multiplies 6x, and 6 multiplies will give us 12. Then subtract, you have 0. So you see, we said this is a factor because at the end of our division, there is no remainder. So what it means is that these two expressions are the factors of this particular equation. So what you do next is that you notice it was these two that were gotten from this. So in that case, we are going to now have this equation. We are going to replace it with this, and that will give us x squared minus 3x plus 6 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. This is quadratic, so we are going to solve it. It means that when you have this to be equal to 0, it means that either of them is 0. So let's place this to be equal to 0, and because it's quadratic, you are going to solve it quadratically. Now we're going to use the formula method. There are a lot of methods you can use. Okay, so let's use formula method. In that case, our formula method says that x is equal to -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, which were gotten from this general equation. Okay, so in that case, it means that our x squared has, the coefficient is 1. So the value of a here is 1. Okay, so this is our b value and this is our c value. So we're going to plug them into this formula to get the values of x. And if we do that, this is what we're going to have. So this is giving us x is equal to our b. The formula has negative attached to b. So what it means, you're going to negate whatever value of b you have in the equation. So we're going to negate this -3 to give us +3 plus or minus. Then we have square root of, we have -3 to the power of 2 minus 4 multiplied by our a is 1 and our c is 6. And that will be divided by 2 multiplied by 1. Okay, so this will give us x as 3 plus or minus. When you square this, remember the square will make this to be positive. So we are going to have 9. If you multiply this, it gives you -24 all over 2. So this gives us x as 3 plus or minus. Subtract this, you have square root of -15 over 2. Now remember, each time you have a negative sign inside the square root, it is no longer a real number. Okay, it becomes an imaginary. So in that case, you have to remind yourself it's not a real number because it cannot be found on a number line. I hope you now know why. So this becomes an imaginary number, and we usually use an imaginary unit for it, which is root of -1. We use I to represent it. So in that case, let me show you what to do here. So what you are going to do now is, this will give us x as 3 plus or minus. Remember, this can also be written as -1 multiplied by 15. Okay? Now remember, the square root of -1 is I. So because of this, we are going to have 3 plus or minus. To bring this out from the root is going to give us I. Okay, so we have root 15 left. And this square root of 15 is a basic solid. It cannot be reduced. So you're going to leave it like that. And this will be divided by 2. Okay, so we're going to split it to half. X will give us 3 plus I square root of 15 over 2. And the second value there is 3 minus I square root of 15 over 2. These are the complex values. Now let's go to the real value, which is x plus 2. Okay, so to do that, we are going to now have x plus 2 is equal to 0. So in that case, x is equal to, subtract 2 from both sides, we have -2. So this is the real value of this. And in that case, we have this as the values of x for this particular equation. Remember, it is cubic. And if it's cubic, it means you are going to have 3 values of x, which we've gotten. 2 are complex, 1 is real. Now we're going to do a check. And in this check, we are going to work with the real value. So I will leave it with you to do the check for the complex. Let's know what you will get in the comment section. Okay, now to do this, we are going to plug this into this equation to have -2 to the power of 2 minus -2 cube. And remember, we said this square will affect this, it will be positive. So we have 4. Because it's cube, this will still remain negative. Okay, so we have -8. And when you open up, you have 4 plus 8 to give you 12. And that is what you have here. So I hope you see with answer we got is correct. I hope to see this in the comment section. And I hope this tutorial really answered a lot of questions for you. Please let's know how much in the comment section. Let's also know how you feel about what you have learned today. Remember, you can share this tutorial with your friends. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe for the more you will get from us. See you in our next class. Till then, bye-bye.